Belinda, if you can tell me about the concerns that you've been seeing in terms of all of the issues that have been happening at state police from some of these bad actors that have been allowed to stay. You know, we saw the Ronald Reagan incident. We saw Jacob Brown in there a moment ago, who has now been arrested for 3 different excessive force incidents. Oh.
Absolutely, Chris. Thank you, first of all, because I know for a fact that the people are tired. We are tired. We have good officers out here, but we also have some bad ones, some rogue officers that have caused this type of hardship, this type of hurt, and this type of pain and suffering upon our community. And taxpayers are being burdened with these type of incidents. And I am very grateful to have the colonel, the new colonel, because we would not have foreseen these type of arrests coming forth now. Now is the time for us to be very serious about how law enforcement is policing our communities. The number one thing that we're concerned about is nepotism. You know, putting people on the force who were never fit for law enforcement. Because it's my understanding that this officer, Mr. Brown, Officer Brown, you know, I even feel some kind of way of calling him an officer in the first place because of the fact that evaluated as toxic. Toxic. That means that he did not pass the smell test from the beginning. So how did he become an officer in our law enforcement in the first place?
Are you concerned about the cover-ups that have gone on prior to the new administration being installed? Because these issues that are cropping up didn't just happen. These are, you know, 2 years old, a year old, things like that,
yes,
and then even 5, 6 years old from the training academy documents.
Absolutely, and that's the reason why I'm saying the relatives of these nepotism schemes who should pay their nephews or, you know, or cousins and sons and, you know, to go on vacation for murdering innocent people, you know, they're the ones that should be responsible for this. Because in the case of this officer, he never should have been put on our law enforcement in the first place. It's because of his relative, his relations, his connections, okay? And why do the taxpayers have to bear that burden? Why do we have to bear that burden? Okay, so
do you think he should be fired?
Oh,
like right now, without because the training documents say he should have never been a trooper.
Absolutely, I feel that he should be immediately terminated, and that the people that put him there in the first place should suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
You know, predatory policing is real serious in our communities now. And we feel as though that, you know, we have trained, we have done everything in regards to make sure that our officers are prepared when they take the force. We have spent a lot of money and invested in them. It's not the fact that they're not well trained. It's the fact that we have rogue officers and we don't want them in our communities. We don't want them in the state. Period. It's real. People are dying. People are suffering. And taxpayers are the ones that's being responsible to pay for these type of situations. And I feel also strongly that there should be a liability insurance for officers. That they should be the one that be responsible, that they need to have some type of liability insurance when these type of incidents takes place.
Does your